All right, Liam, do you have any notes on Pokemon?
Yeah. I got something for you,
Okay,
Jake.
tell me what you got. Tell me what you wrote down.
I can be anyone in this city.
Why'd you write that down?
I feel like I have so much free will in this game, right? I actually think this game is about free will.
Wow, tell me more.
So, Mega Evolution, right? Customization. There's so many, like, there's all the character customization. Even a lot of the NPCs in Lumios, right? There's this fixation there on identity, right? On alter egos, persona, right? These temporary changes in order to create changes in our environment, or right, creating changes in ourselves so we can affect the world around us.
You know, I do see a lot of conversation about like what Lumios City is. And I know one of the things that the game is interested in is as you progress in the game, they introduce more of these wild areas where you can find wild Pokemon. And it's kind of a funny thing because it's a good like video game progression thing where you get introduced to more Pokemon the more you play the game. Yeah. But it's also funny because those wild zones show up and kind of in untypical Pokemon fashion, I feel like I'm seeing NPCs around be like, I don't know about this. They're like, some are like, oh, that's cool, but it feels like they're showing up every day and maybe it's too much. And that's kind of, you know, there's an identity of the city that appears to be in flux, and that is causing friction for the people that live there.
No, absolutely. I feel like, I mean, this might even be one of my other notes that I wrote down. Yeah. Is that I just don't trust AZ. I feel like he's constantly lying to me.
Do you trust anyone in this game?
I don't trust anyone. And again, I think it goes back to that everyone has a secret motive.
Yes. Yeah.
AZ specifically, you know, in the first hour of Legends Z-A, I was really taken aback at how many times he told me to let go of free will and to just trust him, to trust the
fate and destiny,
belief, right? That is all he cares about. That is how his mind works. I think AZ doesn't believe in free will. I think AZ is actually relinquishing himself of guilt, right? The lore goes, right? Maybe not in the perspective of Legends Z-A, but there are some history books, right, that state maybe 5 years ago there was AZ had returned, right? And 3,000 years ago, this man is allegedly a war criminal, and I've heard nothing about it. I've only heard AZ. I've never heard AZ take responsibility. I've only heard him blame the universe.
I don't feel like there's anything to take responsibility for. I haven't heard anyone. Everybody that talks about AZ is happy to make his acquaintance. He is a caretaker. And the people that I talk to from Quasartico are like, oh, we're working alongside AZ. I don't think there is anything to take responsibility for. But I do get this sense of AZ is, at one point AZ said to me, Hotel Z. He says that he named it Hotel Z because he sees it as his last destination.
Yeah.
So he does have this sense of inevitability. He seems to know, this is somebody who has lived for, he says, 3,000 years. Why is this his last? Why isn't he going to go for another 3,000 years? But he has this sense of what is going to happen. So
the name, I remember hearing him say that as well, and all I could think about is is the title of this game, Z-A. I think we might see him start a new journey, right? And I don't think that's something that he is like. I don't think that's something that he has ever considered. I think he's done. I think he thinks his life is coming to an end. You think he's coming to an end?
No, he's done. Mark my words. He is done. He must be Hotel Z. It's his last. He's done. I'm telling you, he's done.
But if Z is the finale, the game is called Z-A. We're starting new. We're going back to the beginning.
I think AZ, as you know him, is over. Maybe he is reborn, but that I'm looking at an old man's body who is ready to quit. I'm looking at someone with a cane that looks out of place, looks bad, and I think his time is done. And I think I
guess this all still makes me think about this idea of identity, right?
Yeah,
he's lived. If what he says is true, and I've discussed with Tawny doesn't even know. That's like the one thing she doesn't believe.
No one knows.
Yeah, no, that's the one thing people don't believe about AZ, that he lived for 3,000 years. But if that's true, that is 300 lifetimes that he's lived, right? And we don't know any of that. All he's telling us to do is to believe him in achieving some sort of, or to save Lumios. And I don't even know what I'm saving it from. Because they say Rogue Mega Evolution, but I'm like, this is all just I just don't trust him. So he's living in his alter ego right now. He's living a different identity than, and he's not, at least he hasn't shown it to me. He hasn't shown any acknowledgement of what maybe he has done in the past.
AZ is not telling us something, but I think Tawny is also not telling us something.
I agree.
I think everyone in this city is pretty much lying to us. Something I think I really appreciate about Lumiose City is that the second you get there, the first thing that happens to you is that someone steals your bag. Someone steals your bag. That is the first thing that happens to you when you arrive in this city. You've got somebody that comes up to you and they say, Tawny says, look at this beautiful city. I'm going to tell you about this incredible hotel. I'm going to tell you about how you get all these shots of the city, of all of the people and the Pokemon walking around. But the first thing that happens to you is maybe this place isn't as serene as it wants you to think it is.
Dude, there's a lot of propaganda as well, because right before the bag is stolen, she's telling us that we're going to create an advertisement, a viral clip promoting the city on social media. And we just arrived here. We haven't even experienced it. She's like putting those words in our mouth.
One of the key gameplay features of this video game is that they want you to sneak up on other trainers and attack them before they even know you are there. There's an underhandedness to Lumiose City. There is an expectation that you are going to do some debaucherous tactics. You are going to sneak up on people to take advantage of them, to get the better of them. The city demands that of you. So who in this city is doing that to us and we don't even realize it?
Yeah. Those are really good pickups. Those are really, really good. Good notes. Good notes.
God, everybody has a story in this city, and it's one of my favorite things about the game. And if you think about the Pokemon that occupy the city, one of my favorite things, Liam, is that I feel like for all of the talk of the lack of biomes in this video game, something I really appreciate is the environmental storytelling of where you find the Pokemon. You find the little monkeys up in the trees. You find
the birds are up there.
The birds are up there. They're on the telephone wires. The Trubbish are in the alleys with the trash. The Swirlix are on top of trucks that sell sweet treats. Yeah, because that's what they want to be. And it's like, it feels like there is a surface story to everything in the city, but then there's something underneath it, something dangerous, something that could attack not just your Pokemon, but you, could hurt you, could steal your bag, you know?
No, that makes total sense. That's a really good pickup about, like, I guess I took a lot of notes about what I witnessed of other people and all the people that I met in Lumiose City, but I guess I kind of overlooked that experience that I had. I don't know, to myself. I guess maybe I looked at that incident as like an act of fate or fate, you know, like it was just always supposed to happen.
There's something to that, right? Because can I share with you one of my notes?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I wrote down.
I want to hear.
I'm running out of time.
Yeah, this is big.
I'm running out of time. And something that I think is really tied in with this conversation about fate and destiny is something that I think is that time is really concerned with as well, because the idea of the concept of time and progression, Z to A, and that kind of following in that path, I think that this game is extremely fixated on time. Let me tell you a couple of things that I'm thinking about.
Please.
So, obviously, the entire world of the game is governed by this unstoppable day and night system.
Yes.
So what you are doing in the game, what your options are, it is entirely contained within, do you have enough time? And something that funny that happened to me when I was playing this game was that I was in the middle of a battle against an alpha Pokemon.
Okay, yes, I had a similar experience.
And I knew that it was about to change into nighttime. And I was like, oh, I'm running out of time. And I needed to beat him, but I couldn't do it. So it was one of those things where I was like, man, I am powerless against time. Time
itself.
And
these things do really tie together. I mean, even implemented, I feel like that aspect of time is even it's even worked into the main gameplay feature.
I was just going to say the battle system, real time.
You're right. Real time.
Real time.
Yeah, you literally have to act in the moment. But even Mega Evolution has a timer on it, right?
Yep.
A limited,
You're governed by time.
Run.
You're running out of time, and I would even say that more than just saying, oh, it's a real time battle system, so it's interested in time. I think something that, to talk about the combat a little bit, something that I love so much about the fights in this game is what a fighting video game player would call the mental stack. The mental stack, it's the list of things that you're keeping in mind in your head while you are playing. So it's like, if I'm playing Smash Brothers, I could my options are I could jump, I could sprint towards you, I could sprint away, I could shield, I could roll, I could do a normal attack, I could do a special attack. You have this mental stack of things that you're keeping in mind. And this is the first time in a Pokemon game where I feel like I am looking at what my opponent is doing and I am like, okay, do I go in and use an attack immediately? Do I pull out, wait for them to attack, and then I go in with this attack? Do I maybe go in with boom 1, 2? Do I go in with, what is everybody else doing around me? What is the space around me doing? My mental stack, and it's all focused on time, because I'm thinking, do I have enough time to do this thing that I want to do? The whole time I'm playing the game, I see I'm fighting a Pidgey, it uses tackle. I go, okay, I've only got a little bit of time to get in, use an attack, and then get back out so he doesn't hit me. And
it's made me think about, dude, it's made me think about these Pokemon games, right? Just so differently. Something that a lot of people kept bringing up to me is that this Pokemon game is the closest of an experience as it's ever been to replicating what people imagine Pokemon battles to be, which is informed by the anime, right? Like when I play through any other Pokemon game, like I have this one memory of being like 8 years old, right? Playing my Game Boy, and I'm just on the couch and I'm like acting out what what Fire Blast would look like, right? With my hand, right? It's a like 5 pointed kanji symbol for fire, and I'm like, oh, I'm doing that with my hand, right? And that's like that's actually like a real. It's like worked into the game now, right?
Definitely,
and not just with the attacks, but with the with this time element as well, right?
Yeah, I've definitely heard that anime comment around a lot, and I do think that it's like a little bit of an over-exaggeration, maybe, or maybe it's just not as. I understand the heart of that comment, because the heart of the comment is that not only is it real time, but it takes place in a 3D space. You are a participant in the battle in a way that never stops. The second the Pokemon battle starts to the second it ends, you are engaged in the fight. You never leave it, which is this is like really compelling stuff. But I actually think that the anime comment undersells some aspects of it
of what we see in the anime
that are good. I think that there are some things in Legends Z-A that are really smart in particular, and I don't want to just be like, oh, it's I don't know. I think there's more to it than that. Because
it's a big step in that direction. I think
definitely
is what
I agree.
At the heart of this. And I don't know. I guess I'm thinking about it now as well, and I'm like when you're watching the anime.
Mm-hmm.
And my experience with the anime is, maybe the first 2 generations on Kids WB. But when you're watching that, you're not really in control. You're still just you're still a bystander watching Ash Ketchum fight whoever, whatever gym leader is on TV this week. But so that experience still is not. It's actually nothing like playing the game, right? Because you're not in the driver's seat when you watch a TV show, right?
Yeah, I think the thing that I'm most compelled by is that, in a typical Pokemon game, you are the trainer. And I think being the trainer can feel like being the coach. You're calling the plays. You're in the back.
Okay.
You're giving commands. And I think something in the anime that they've done a good job of showing is that the trainer is really like in the fight. They're like in the fight, like in Yu-Gi-Oh when they take damage to their life points and they're like,
and they feel it. They feel it. Yeah. Their soul leaves their body a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like this is the first Pokemon game where the trainer is like in the fight with the Pokemon in a
meaningful way.
Yeah, in a way that's more than the coach on the sidelines.
Yeah, I used to say, like, I actually think most Pokemon games are the trainer is irrelevant. The trainer, like any sort of customization or expression is solely due to the 6 Pokemon on your team. Legends Arceus was the first game where I felt like the human character, the trainer, was actually a main character, was actually part of the game. But now comparing Arceus to Z-A, it's night and day, because you can still die in the overworld, but like not during a battle, right?
You know what does such a good job of showing this?
Maybe the UI with
fighting online.
Oh, good, dude. Yeah, that's
fighting
good.
Online.
I've only done it once at this time.
Okay, so I posted this on Blue Sky this morning, but I said first Pokemon game that is actually fun to play online, and I know that that is. I know that there is a certain crowd of people that will say, Jake, how could you say that? How could you say that? But I feel that it's true. This is the first Pokemon game that, like, no matter who my friends are, no matter who plays it, I would feel comfortable telling my friends, oh, dude, go play online. Like, go do some battles online with no other explanation necessary. And the thing that's really fun about it is that I am paying attention to not just the Pokemon on the field that I'm fighting, but I am paying attention to their trainer. I'm seeing which direction is the trainer running in.
Yeah.
And you have, as the trainer, you have more, that mental stack that I was talking about. You have more options than you normally do in a Pokemon game, because, like, for when you're playing online, something that you get good at doing is switching your Pokemon to, like, try to dodge a specific attack.
Yeah.
You pull them back, or activating the Mega Evolution, because when you Mega Evolve, you're invulnerable for a little bit, and so you can dodge it. So these are all, like, tools that the trainer has, so you kind of have to pay attention to what they're doing, and there's all these little items on the field that the trainer has to pick up. So it's like you have all of this, you've got your eye on the how many times when you play a Pokemon battle online do you look at the trainer? You know what I mean?
Never. Literally never. Or they're not even on screen. That's the truth.
Yeah,
they're irrelevant. They only show up to say one dude. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
And honestly, this is great because I have not done as much online, but hearing you talk right now, all of this still feels like it supports the idea that this game is perpetuating free will, right? Mm-hmm. Like, that's what the whole game is about. Man, dude, I got to get online. I really got to get online. I guess a couple other things I'm thinking about with the free will, like, I'm having so much fun. I've spent
Let me ask
so
you something
many
about
hours.
the free will. Let me push
sure.
back. Let me push back on this a little bit, because I think the way that you're talking about free will, I find to be contiguous with, like, a lot of just video games because of, like, input, and especially a lot of Pokemon games because you're making a lot of decisions in Pokemon games. So, do you feel that there is a conversation about free will where you see, like, oh, this is somebody who is being driven by something outside of their own choices. This is somebody who is maybe being controlled. Like, because I think if you're gonna say, like, this is a game about free will, I think what you need to exercise is that you're seeing both sides of that argument, right?
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Because like with time, for example, something that I think is interesting is that I am governed by time, but AZ is not.
Ooh, okay.
You go to a museum in this game and you see all of this stuff.
Yeah, I gotta do that.
Time long gone, but AZ is still here. They're saying something,
yeah, that's
and then
big.
they're like, Lumio City has been around for this long, and all this stuff, and so, like, there's a little conversation happening between those two things. So
I feel like it might be both, or it's literally just two different names for the same thing. I guess again, when I see every time I talk to AZ, he says he pretty much he assumes everything is fate. Everything is happening for a reason. Everything is going to happen regardless. When I show up on the scene, they go, "Oh, this is." Let me find the note. He said, AZ said something about, like, Lumios itself has a will, right?
Yeah.
He says
he calls her she. He says she.
Yes,
Lumios,
dude. That's what I'm saying.
she.
As if Lumios is a living being, right? As if all of time is already predetermined. Mm-hmm. So that is the biggest thing that is, and he is ever present, right? He's also been there for 3. Okay, and then I meet these characters like Ivor, the head of the Fist of Justice, right? This is someone with a political motive, right? He's literally talking about arming, arming the entirety of Lumio City. That is his political motive. He's trying to make a difference in that very moment, right? I think obviously us, the character. I'm trying to think of some more. A little note I saw is that Sycamore. So Sycamore is absent, right? The old professor from Pokemon X and Y is absent. But I saw a flavor text that said that Sycamore resigned, right? That was an action he took, and I'm curious why he resigned. He's not on leave. He's not just like vacationing. He didn't just something didn't happen to him. That sounds like he made a choice. That's what I'm thinking about.
I guess what I'm confused about is I feel like all stories are collections of characters making choices. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out what it is about that is like calling to you to this in this story specifically. Yeah.
I and what I was gonna say is I have spent so many hours with the customization option. Yeah. And I think it's really, and again, if I'm thinking about what the characters are saying in the story, if I'm thinking about I feel like you have to look at that in contrast with also with the actual gameplay. So not just in battles can you do whatever the heck you want, right? Which again, in contrast to maybe not other video games, but in contrast to other Pokemon games, like you have so much freedom in the battles. But then there's also the character customization, which maybe is a byproduct of just this is just another Pokemon game where they're like, okay, let's do. It's Lumios is Paris, right? Let's just make it the fashion game. But they did a thing where you can literally any article of clothing you can wear no matter your gender, right? I don't know. I feel like they're giving you ultimate freedom of your identity and self-expression. And again, I think this ties into the persona, the alter ego, where every character that I meet, even a lot of these different NPCs are telling me that they change at night. I met this one old man, and he told me that he shows his true face at night. Right,
dude. It's because it's all a mask. All of the getting costumes, all of the expression. It's all a lie. Because at the end of the day, we're all just trying to screw each other over and win a battle and get higher in the ranks for some prize that we don't even know. Yeah.
So maybe I'm being too optimistic about what I'm saying, or maybe too I don't know, benevolent.
I think it's about closing in a little bit more and seeing what they're doing with the choices. Yeah. Because it's funny. I almost feel like a lot of the choices that you're talking about, it's like they are what's being dramatized is almost that they're irrelevant. It's like what?
What's irrelevant?
Like you can change your hair, you can change your outfit, but at the end of the day, you're just getting snuck up on by some trainer that you didn't even see coming, and he's gonna take you down.
No, see, but I'm like, you can present yourself in any way. Yeah. But then you also, it's a Pokemon game. I think that's so you have ultimate choice.
I think this is the lie of Lumio City. I think Lumio City is trying to tell you, look at how beautiful we are, look at how sweet we are. But the truth is, it's just a mask.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that could be.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I was also thinking about it this was actually one of your reads when you played through X and Y. You and refresh me if I butcher this, but you were explaining how the theme of X and Y is not beauty, but I think you said it had to do with status.
It's been a minute, so I'm not entirely sure, but I think what that game was saying was something about the haves and the have-nots. And I think it was more interested in that, and I think because the game uses the word beauty a lot, people mix up the content with what it's saying. Yeah.
So the haves, I guess that's something else that I'm thinking about in the message of X and Y in contrast with the Z-A for at least what I've played so far. I'm rank F right now.
Ooh.
I did get some Mega Evolutions, but again, every character that I talk to, even the irrelevant NPCs have they have agency. Yeah. Right.
Oh,
or at least
can I hit you with
an attempt at agency.
Yeah. Okay. I was in a restaurant.
Yeah.
And I saw some NPCs talking, and one of their little speech bubbles, it said, "No need to hold back, gang. Order whatever you like." And then the little kid speech bubble popped up, and it said, "Daddy, are we rich now?"
Mm.
And I was like, whoa, okay.
That's a good one.
And then in that same restaurant, I had somebody say, today's fromage course features the ultimate in hard cheese aged up to 180 years.
Yeah. That's a time-based thing.
And then this was a good one.
But okay, yeah, okay. I guess maybe I'm going too soft on it, because I look at even that slice of cheese and I'm thinking, you're right. It's changed it's changed its identity, right? It's changed physically what it is over the course of time.
And I think even less than like taking it that far is that, to me, I'm just interested in how the game is framing, like, the thing that makes that cheese important. The game says is the time. The time that's passed. Yeah.
And you know what? Yeah, I got a note right here. This is a little red-headed little boy, right, in Lumiose. I met him. It was a nice interaction.
Okay.
He says, "Rainbows are pretty, but they sure disappear fast. It's no good chasing after them."
Wow.
And that's one perspective of agency. But someone could say, "No, you should chase it. Chase it. Get the dream. Live in the moment." But listen, I'm not disagreeing with you. I just think there's this other thing here.
I hear you. Listen, you might like this. I found an NPC that said, "People, Pokemon, ... we're all gonna die someday, aren't we?"
Yeah, that's time. Again, with X and Y, life and death, right? Those legendary Pokemon, Xerneas and Yveltal from Legend, right? They represent life and death, which is time.
This is a cool one. Again, in a restaurant, imagine there's like an old lady and kind of like a young man sitting at a table eating, and the guy says, "We're not grandmama and grandson today. Nope, we are just two adults out enjoying a lovely meal." And the thing that I like about this is
that. That's a really good one.
Yeah, I've talked about this before, but one of my favorite things about Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is that I think it executes its themes very well, in that I found that when you go up to like NPCs, like randos out in the world, and you talk to them, they're all kind of giving you different perspectives and flavors on like kind of these same collection of topics. And I'm finding in this game, I'm going over to all the NPCs, I'm seeing what they have to say, and they're doing a very similar thing. They're all kind of circling these like
the same thing.
It's like, oh, it's like interesting. We're talking about like years are just coming up constantly, dude.
No, I hear what you're saying.
It's so fun. So I really enjoy that aspect of this a lot. It helps kind of like it keeps my brain like kind of chewing on stuff while I'm playing, and I like seeing how it comes up in different ways.
I've got a note. Can I read the note to you?
Please.
I captured a Chespin today.
Tell me about the Chespin you captured.
So there was this Chespin, this cute little Chespin, right?
Where was he?
A lot of angst.
Okay.
He was on a street.
Yep.
But this woman was concerned of this Chespin because the Chespin kept trying to like attack this taxi car. He just kept headbutting the taxi car, and the woman assumed or kind of prescribed to the situation that the Chespin should actually take its I guess she was saying like you should battle this Chespin to kind of figure out what's going on, because communication in a Pokemon game, it always boils down to a Pokemon battle, right? And this Chespin, I think battled me maybe 5 times, and each time I defeated it, right? This Chespin was showing a lot of spunk, did not want to give up, regardless of how the odds looked, right? It's this idea of self-preservation, this free, it has true free will. I don't care what's going to happen. I'm going to keep going at this, right? And on that fifth battle, it decided to join my team and to get stronger through our partnership.
Wow. Yeah, I wanted to fight that car. What
kind of car? I mean, what do you think could spur a Chespin to attack a car?
I just think that Chespin...
We never got to the bottom of it.
I think that Chespin, like, understands that Chespin, it will one day become... It has an understanding of... With time, one day it will become one of the strongest Pokemon in the region, a Chestnut.
Good read.
And it just wants to... It wants to get to that day. It wants to get to that day now. And it found that there were no Pokemon strong enough to challenge it in the living world. So it went to the unnatural world to find a training partner.
Yeah.
And
Good read.
then it found a car that would, a car that would never run out of gas, maybe. And it said, okay, here we go. Finally, the perfect sparring partner. But then it found you, and you were willing to go again and again and again. You were willing to spend what is a draining resource. You know what I mean? Because it's like, how many times did you have to battle this Chespin?
5 times. It was crazy.
Isn't that funny? It's like
the second.
Like,
yeah.
Oh God, it's so
after
cool.
the third time, I was like, really? You're still gonna keep trying to fight me?
And what's sick about
was
this
too good.
is that there are a few of these side quests in Lumiose where they kind of spotlight the original starters from X and Y, and they give you a side quest to go get them. And have you done the one for Froakie?
I have not yet, no.
So the thing that I really like about both of these kind of in tandem together is that, you have to, like you said, you have to battle the Chespin 5 times. But the Froakie is that it challenges you to a race. So as quickly as you can, the shortest amount of time as you can. It's like, can you get to the, you know what I mean? It's all of this fixation on this concept. But I think what I really like most about this Chespin side quest is that this game is full of like, we are going to make this little random Pokemon a character. And we're going to give you a little moment that you will like associate with this Pokemon going forward. That stuff is so strong to me.
Dude.
I feel like they haven't done nearly enough of that in these games, and now they're really diving in.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
What I'm going to say is like obvious. It's like one of those, like, it's just like a reality of life, but it's like one of those things that like when you think about it, it kind of breaks your brain because we're all stuck in our own minds. But like every time I travel, that is something I do at least once, where I stop from moving or whatever the bustle is, whatever our daily activity is, and I look around, especially in a city when there's so many people, and you go, holy shit, these are real people. Every single person has an entire life, and which is time, right?
Yeah.
But
sure.
but also, it's like, and I think this game, what it's doing, taking place in a city, it's spotlighting every single Pokemon, as you're saying, but as a main character. Every single one of these Pokemon is like a character in itself.
And something I like about what you're saying there too is that because the game has this, during the day we do this, but then at night we battle.
Yeah.
It gives the game a prerogative to be like, okay, what do these people do during the day? Like, what is their actual life like? And
the first time you see Zach,
see that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. I had a note here about Zach, and the first time you see him, he is it's somewhere in my notes. I don't have it pulled up, but this is like the first exhibition match, right? The first like pseudo gym, whatever.
The promotion.
It's like the promotion. And when Tawny is describing who Zach is to me, Zach is by his taxi, facing away from me, doing his regular job, and I'm spying on him. I'm seeing him in this vulnerable, candid position, right? The back of his head, I can see the back of his head, right? He's just going about his life. That really struck me.
The next match is against Yvonne, or no, that's the one after. But you eventually fight Yvonne.
Yeah, Yvonne. Yeah.
And Yvonne, before you fight Yvonne, you know what she says to you? I wrote this down. I'm a busy adult with a lot going on, so I hope we can wrap this up fast.
Oh. Time.
Dude, these people are obsessed. They're obsessed.
Yeah,
Everybody has something to say about this.
Yeah, that's really good.
Oh
really yeah, here this is the old man that I wrote down. He says I play, and he's kind of just like hanging out by like a corner alley. He says, I play the kindly old man by day, but I show my true face at night as a trainer in the Z-A Royale. Oh. That's his true face, right?
His true face.
Or
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's how he wants to be presented in the world.
I don't know. I think that that's the thing. It's like, do you believe him? Do you believe?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
I kind of believe him. Do you think? I think everybody, their true selves are coming out at night.
You know what? At night, that's what I'm saying. At night, that is what you want to be. That's when you're like fighting for your dream. Literally, because if you win the tournament, you get a wish. That is your dream. Everyone's at night being who they want to be, chasing their dreams.
No, see, I disagree.
Yes, dude.
I disagree with this because I think that at night they are trying to be who they want to be, but I don't think everyone achieves that.
No, not everyone achieves it. No, but that's what I'm saying. They're trying like that. They're they're throwing their hat in the ring.
But I think that means that their true nature is if they see you before you see them, they're gonna attack you. They're gonna.
Oh, true.
And
if they don't win,
mm-hmm.
that means their true nature is just
that's
the
what
taxi
I'm saying.
driver
Yes.
or the businessman.
Yes.
And it's gonna be us. I'm assuming when we win, we really are the hero. And maybe AZ's correct. We are fated.
We were always gonna be number one.
Yeah. Because it's never gonna be the NPCs.
That sucks for Tawny.
Yeah.
Damn,
but
dude.
here's another thing that I'm noticing. I was talking to Vinny.
Yep.
And he's like, hey, you want to battle me? And then he basically fixed the system.
Yeah.
And I jumped, I don't know, 10 levels.
Yeah.
So if, while AZ is over there talking about fate from the universe, in reality, the corporation that he's working with, the one that's running the whole system, AZ says, time is the essence. We must leave this battle in Jake's hands. Yeah, that's good. I missed that. But like AZ and Jet and Vinny, it's not fate. They're still controlling things. They're still, it's their will that is controlling the whole situation.
Yeah. So really it's I don't know. I think that is there's that underhanded manipulation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When we get invited to join the ZA Royale,
yeah,
that invitation, I don't know if you clocked this, is so weird.
In the very beginning?
In the very beginning when we get invited. Because all we do is that we battle those little trainers in like the first tutorial battle of the game.
Yeah.
And then we escape the ZA Royale thanks to the flower thing. And then we're at the hotel. And then the next morning, we are invited to join the ZA Royale, which means that someone was watching us. Someone was watching us the whole time, and they sent us that invitation, and we had no idea.
Could it be one of those little green Zygarde cells?
I gotta tell you, I have no idea what's going on with those. Absolutely no idea. But yeah.
Because this could be something. Because I guess, spying kind of has this like negative connotation. I assume it's like a sneaky person, right? Someone to not trust. But there could also be like,
I think it's both. I don't think that Zygarde invited us to the ZA Royale.
No. But what I'm saying is like,
You think he's working for somebody?
No, but I just feel like he's definitely also spying.
Yeah.
Zygarde, like everyone's spying. And that's what I'm talking about. Like the biggest forces are trying to control destiny. They're trying to create the final outcome that they want to see, right? So actually every person that we meet has no free will. Every person that we meet is actually it's helpless.
That's the
is
thing.
Kind of,
we're all being controlled. In the very beginning, we are trying to do something with Tawny. Tawny asks us to help record that ad that you mentioned earlier. Yeah. And we actually have to stop and not do it because an ad shows up from Quasartico Inc. And Tawny says, hey, hold on. That ad is going to drown us out. We can't. Yeah. We have to wait. We have to wait for that ad to be over, actually. So it's like we're being controlled, dude. It's like the city is like, hey, stop what you're doing.
But also to support kind of the thing, to support like, I guess my theory is it's that like the framing of that is that our actions, what we were trying to do, hold on. I guess I'm thinking like what Tawny's trying to achieve, she's aware that this big company is going to override any of our efforts. So she's like, we gotta she's almost like aware of that a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's foreshadowing. I think there's some foreshadowing there.
Yeah.
It's like a very slight thing, but I think it's there. I've got a note I would like to share.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so I want to talk about Mega Evolution.
Yeah, I was literally gonna just segue us into that. That's great.
So Naveen just said this to me, and I was like, Naveen, what are you saying, brother? He said,
I love him.
Pokemon. Oh, I don't like Naveen.
Oh, he's cool.
He's
keeping a secret too.
He's a freak. I don't like him. He's cool. Watching Twitch streams way too much.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
he's addicted to his phone. I'm like, put down your phone, Naveen. All right. He said,
"You're right."
Pokemon Mega Evolving with no trainer and simply suffering.
Say it again?
Yeah. So he says that Pokemon are Mega Evolving with no trainer and simply suffering.
Yes, the suffering.
So let me tell you about what I
wrote that
this.
down.
So
yeah, please.
I think that there has been a lot of like meta conversation outside of these games about like mega evolution and what mega evolution is and how it works.
Yeah.
And I think that we're all kind of surprised that there are these mega evolutions happening without a trainer, because like as far as we know, that's something that should not be able to happen. So it's like weird that that's happening in this game. So I think what this game is doing is that they are trying to define mega evolution. In the past, I think when they said it's about the bond between you and your Pokemon, what we all have assumed is like it's about the individual bond. It's about like my bond with Charizard is what makes him mega evolve. But I actually think that is not what's going on. I think what's going on is that they have replaced your bond with the bond. So the bond between people and Pokemon is what lets them mega evolve. It has nothing to do.
It's like a natural resource that is created through that bond you're saying.
So,
but now there's an artificial bond.
So I don't know Lucario at all, but Lucario is lended to me, and I am able to mega evolve him because the coexistence of people and Pokemon is the bond. Not me and Lucario, just the bond between people and Pokemon. The bond that's out there. Is what makes it okay. But the fact that these Pokemon are they mega evolve separate from any trainer, any person, that's what makes it bad.
Yeah, interesting. And also, I guess like if you're listening and you need evidence, the first thing I'm thinking about are those like pink mega crystals that are scattered throughout the city. Like, I don't know. I'm thinking about like would it be like, I don't know, like in basements, like crystallized salt will like form up over time, right? Mm-hmm. Or like, I'm thinking like the presence of that could be fueling that this like bond.
Let me tell you something crazy.
Yeah, please.
There is a side quest in this game where you get these little Trubbish, and you just have to walk them around a corner into the alley where the trash cans are.
Yeah.
And I walk the Trubbish there, and I get to the end, and this woman says to me, she goes, maybe sometimes living alongside Pokemon means keeping them at a distance. And I was like, whoa, wait a second. I was like, that's interesting. Because it's like, there's this whole thing about, coexistence. We have to live.
Yes.
We have to live with the Pokemon. We have to be good. We all have to be good with each
other.
other.
It's more deception.
And it's like, that doesn't mean that you and the Pokemon are on top of each other constantly. Sometimes it means they need to go do their thing and you need to go do your thing. And I think like that this ties into what I'm saying about like the bond is knowing when to put distance between you and your Pokemon. So like so
basically we need to find a different word for bond. Like bond is used, but maybe it's like understanding or it's communication or it's like I'm thinking of any other human.
I think it's just like balance.
Okay.
It's about a balance between people and Pokemon. And I think that
right now there's not a balance.
And the rogue megas are on their own, and they don't have that people element balancing them out.
Yeah.
So so that's what I think's going on there, and I think it's an interesting recontextualization of what mega evolution is. And what I am waiting for now is I'm waiting for somebody to talk about the stones, the mega stones, because I don't get the mega stones at all.
Oh, okay, like an actual explanation of them. Yeah.
No, not even an explanation, but just somebody to talk about them a little bit, because I don't need it to be explained. Like I get it, but I'm just like curious what people in this world, like, is anybody ever going to be like, oh, that Mega Victory Bell didn't need a Mega Stone?
Sure.
And it's like I just wonder.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. Like almost like the magical science behind it.
Because the Mega Stone almost feels like a carryover.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's something about it. There's something about it that doesn't quite fit in all of this.
Yeah.
So
I think a lot of people assumed like that Mega Stones were like, it's like a fossil fuel. It just exists in the world, or it's a relic that you find, a treasure that is kind of one of a kind but can't be replicated. And in this game, it seems like, maybe not, but it seems like, I guess you could just be, okay, you get the Mega Stones by giving up the Mega Shards, and I guess there's an implied, like the transaction implies that you're creating a new stone, but those stones could just exist, so maybe it's still a finite resource.
So, and that's the thing, it's like when you beat these rogue Megas, they are holding the stone.
Yeah.
So where'd that come from?
Oh, really? So that's how it happens? You just have the stone immediately?
Yeah, everyone you beat, I think you get the stone from them because Absol, you get the Mega Absol stone.
And that's interesting because I feel like when we see anytime a mega Pokemon is shown, it usually has some sort of human intervention or some sort of human created device that attaches the stone to the Pokemon, you know? Charizard is not going to be just holding a Mega Stone, you know?
It's in his tuft.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? How does it actually get there without human? I think. Listen, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't have evidence for this, except I got a sneaking suspicion. Someone's behind this. Someone is planting the rogue megas are actually there get rid of the people.
I like that.
You know.
So the other thing I wanted to come back to is Naveen says that these rogue megas are suffering, and I think I know why.
Ooh, please.
You know what's different about rogue megas?
What?
No time limit.
Whoa. That's why they're suffering. Dude, this game is about time.
Yeah, because they are not.
Yeah.
In the same.
They're not beholden. It's like AZ.
Like AZ.
Living for 3,000 years old.
Pain.
Dude, whoa, that's crazy.
Suffering.
It's almost like those Pokemon could become similar to the Eternal Flower, right? Cursed with eternal life.
It's not good to be displaced from time, to have unlimited time is actually suffering. I think that's what the game is saying. Because these mega evolutions that can stay mega the whole time, they're in pain, they're suffering. They don't want to be like that, and I think AZ is the same way. I think AZ wants to be released from, and that's why I think the game has to end with AZ dying. I think he has to be released. Yeah.
Then dude, that's crazy. I think you cracked it. That's really good.
Yeah. So as we're kind of turning a corner here.
Yeah.
I wanted to know, we have a lot of notes, we have a lot of things written down. Obviously, I want you to share if there's something compelling that you want to talk about, but I also know that we have drawings.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of stuff.
Is there anything Yeah, please. Is there anything else you want to
Yeah, I got a lot of less inconsequential notes that maybe tie into this.
Yeah.
One of the first things I noticed, I think I sent you a picture of it, but it was I got off the train. Well, first off, that's a whole other thing. I think I just really enjoyed immediately as soon as I got off the train and I arrived in Lumiose, it was really eye-opening to imagine, right?
Yeah.
Lumiose is so I love how the whole game is scaled up.
Ooh.
And it shows me what the Pokemon world would look like at scale, and my mind just started spinning of future experiences in other cities, right, in other parts of the world, of the parts of this Pokemon world. That got me really excited. I don't know if you've thought about that at all.
You know what I've really been thinking about the most is I've been saying it for years. We have finally arrived. I cannot overexpress how happy I am with the combat. That's the number one thing. That's front of mind. The second I got to Lumiose, I was just like, put me in a battle.
Yeah.
And I think this is a rare occasion, maybe the first time ever, where in a Pokemon game, one of the first battles you ever participate in is one of the most exciting moments of the whole game.
Yeah, you said that. That's really, really good, because most Pokemon games, right, if you've ever played the game before, the first maybe hour of battles,
autopilot,
maybe the first 10 hours of battles, you're on autopilot, and you're just waiting because mentally, you know the stats, you know the type combinations, you're insulted that they're trying to teach it to you. You're just waiting until post-game when you can unlock your full power. And in this game, you're engaged the whole time.
It's
great.
Time.
It's great, dude.
Yeah, and I think even I find that Pokemon games are so the discourse surrounding them sometimes is so focused on things like the difficulty, and I find that there are some things I just could not care less about in this game because I'm having so much fun.
Yeah,
and you are in control of exactly what you are doing, whereas when it is the turn-based game and when everything is really dictated by the math and the levels and the numbers, it can really feel like, oh, okay, the thing that's wrong here is the difficulty. But now it's making me think, actually, I think the thing that's wrong there is it's not that fun. Yeah, and this is fun, and I think
also
really enjoying it. Yeah,
I think also because most Pokemon games, like every other Pokemon game, is so formulaic. It actually, I think it is really difficult to kind of get lost in the game because everything's in conversation with itself. And this is the first game where I'm playing it, and I'm like, this is a whole new world. I'm like, and I feel like I'm actually in the Pokemon world. I'm always talking about how like, these games are a gateway for me, right? And they've just been like, I'm Dorothy, right? My whole world's my Pokemon world's always been black and white, and I feel like I've stepped into, for the first time, what is it called? The Land of Oz. Everything's in color now.
Ooh. Yeah.
That's the visual that came to me.
There's just something so cool about the experimenting with these moves and using, like something I really admire about this game is I've been talking about how much fun I'm having online, is that I think playing online more than in other games, it will actually kind of like teach you how to play the game in a different way, because it's all happening in front of you in a way where there's not like numbers you don't understand. Like, do you ever have this experience of watching like the YouTube VGC and what's going on?
Yeah.
But there's some stuff that you're like, oh, wait, why
what
did
they
it
just do
work
there?
out that way? Why did that
Yeah.
turn out, And I find that in this game...
And you also don't know if it's user error of like the actual participant or if it's like just
Yeah,
Okay.
So there's something about this game where it's like when you go online, you see how somebody might move and you go, oh, I didn't think about that. There was a funny experience I had on my stream where I was playing with a friend and they saw a Blue Sky post where I posted a little video of me doing a battle in this game, and I was moving the whole time, and I was dodging almost every attack that the other Pokemon was doing and then returning attacks. And my friend was like, Jake, I didn't know you could do that. I've just been like giving commands and doing whatever. And he's like, now I've got to rethink how I'm playing this game. And I'm like, yeah, because nothing in the game tells you to do that. You just have to kind of try it. You just have to try it and see what works. And I think that like this is the most a Pokemon game has ever, my mind has exploded with creativity. I'm thinking about like, can I do this? Will this work? Every time I do a move, every time I retreat, every time I dive back in, every time I activate a little move, I'm going, is this going to work? Whereas,
Dude,
that's such a
so
sweet
good.
quality.
Yeah, I think, again, some of the magic that exists within the Pokemon anime, maybe to bring it back to that conversation, is that, and there's a disconnect, but Ash Ketchum, the protagonist, his greatest strength is his creativity. He's never the strongest. He never has the best Pokemon. He's not the smartest, but he's tenacious. And every time he is blocked by a challenge, his solution is use your vines to jump or burn the battlefield. And he's always doing things that you cannot actually do. Like those experiences, those problem solving solutions do not exist in the video game, and that's one of the major like disconnects, I think. But this game is just taking us another step in that direction.
Definitely, and it's so funny being like, I want to use a flamethrower, and I see that this guy is just starting to run away, and I press the button, and I'm there, and I'm going, is it gonna hit? Is it gonna hit? And that's like such a, I don't know, it's such a funny thing to have the actual hit of the move connect with me kind of being like, oh yes or oh no, because you know how like when you watch like a normal Pokemon battle and you see the beginning of the move animation, it hit. So that's when like if there's like a crowd, they'll start celebrating. They start celebrating really early, and I feel like what we're doing is so much more connected to what's actually happening. Yeah,
no, that's really, I've thought
really
about
cool.
Specifically with my Scolipede. I have a what's it called, pin missile.
Oh,
right?
that's fun.
It's a move that is in the main games. A multi-hit move. It'll hit 2 to 5 times randomly. Right. And in this game, I've realized, because originally I thought, oh, it'll have a similar effect, but what I've realized is in this game in Z-A, it always hits 5 times, but the opponent can dodge some of those 5. Sometimes there's an object in front of some of those 5 hits. So that's the only way it'll ever hit 2 times, right? Or 3 times. And I think I'm often playing this game, and I feel like it's giving me like a translation of what I've played for the last 30 years. So when I'm thinking about having a Trico with Bullet Seed, fighting Roxanne in the Hoenn region. Now if I go back and play that game, if that move Bullet Seed only hits 2 or 3 times, I can be like, okay, that's why it would miss.
Yeah.
It's not because my Trico sucks or wasn't able to produce that attack. It's because something's happening on the battlefield. I had a lot of
It's on you.
It's on me.
It's on you.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's awesome.
exactly. Yeah, that's really cool. I have another note.
Okay.
I'm gonna read it for you.
Yeah, please.
I saw a Charmander today.
Oh my God, what was that like?
It was crazy. I feel like
What was
there's a lot of
crazy about it? Yeah.
Not only do these Pokemon look just so vibrant, they've got these new models, right? In Professor Sycamore's, I guess he's not dead, but I was gonna say the late Professor Sycamore, the absent Professor Sycamore's lab.
Okay.
These Pokemon were so vibrant and they look good. And I think I knew at this point in the game, when I had the option to choose between Squirtle, Charmander, or Bulbasaur, that they are functionally different. And I had this experience with a lot of different Pokemon in the game. Pokemon like Electrike, who I've never really cared about. Pokemon like Trubbish, that I've never really... Not that I haven't cared about these Pokemon, but like... Even Spritzy. I'm seeing these Pokemon that I've actually thought maybe I don't like. I'm seeing them in a new light. And Charmander is one of them. Charmander, obviously evolves into Charizard, and I think I've used this Pokemon so many times, and it is it's the iconic, it's the Pokemon that is shilled out by the Pokemon Company, and I saw it, and I just saw so much potential, raw potential. I picked Charmander. I saw it. It joined my team. It is now a Charmeleon, and it is about to evolve into a Charizard, and it's just bursting with potential. Not only because of the real-time action combat of this game, but also it's got options when it comes to Mega Evolution. That kind of excite me a little bit.
That's crazy. That's actually really interesting. Yeah. Are you gonna get both stones?
I don't.
Are you gonna commit?
I think I'm just gonna get I've always liked the X version.
Okay.
Just going for
it's
that.
funny. I like what you said about how they represent completely different functions, because I picked Squirtle.
Yeah.
And it is now a Blastoise. And dude, can I tell you?
Yeah.
I don't have a single Pokemon that is like that Blastoise. Because Blastoise is slow, dude.
Oh wow. Okay.
My God.
Okay. Yes.
And then, dude, I've got Hydro Pump on him right now.
Yeah,
he slams his little feet down, he puts his little head down, and you see the cannons charge up. They go boosh, and then it's like the craziest blast you've ever seen. I'm like, damn, this is insane, actually. Like, oh my God, really.
Dude,
crazy.
I gotta get my hands on one of those. And I mean, maybe just to make a comment on like the on the speed of that Pokemon.
Yeah.
That is kind of how my Bayleaf feels. My Bayleaf is very slow. Very slow.
No. I'm telling you, I've seen Bayleaf, not like this.
Okay.
No, I'm telling you, it's like, I can't believe you could walk, dude.
Yeah. So it was fun. I guess I'm treating most of this game.
Yeah.
Just kind of like my decisions are kind of spontaneous.
Yeah.
Whatever presents itself to me, that's kind of how I'm.
Yeah. Whatever calls you.
Yeah, whatever calls me.
I
right?
love that.
Nothing is predetermined. And honestly, I guess to just ring on this idea of like free will again, like maybe this doesn't perfectly align, but I do see I had seen a lot of people, and there's a lot of YouTubers making videos about like just kind of predetermining what their team is going to be. And I just don't think that's not my favorite way to play.
Yeah, because you're not engaging with the thing in front of you. You're engaging with your own fandom, and it's like, and that's fine. I get it, but it's
but it's like that's what AZ's doing.
That's what. Right? Yeah, dude. You're just, I don't know. It's
You don't see it?
Autopilot.
Yeah,
exactly. I don't like it. I don't like it. But so we thought that something that would be fun to do is that much like how in the older Pokemon games, you were creating a Pokedex. You were, it was like a kid was writing Pokedex entries, and in like Legends Arceus, they were Professor Laventon was doing all of these drawings.
Yes.
So I've prepared, and I think you have too. I have a drawing for a Pokemon, and I have written a Pokedex entry.
Same.
Okay. Should we do our drawings first?
Yeah. I think we should present it all together.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah.
Do you want? Can you go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. Okay, so I do have a little bit of a twist with this. So
Ooh.
I was compelled by something, and I hope you'll find it agreeable. So I decided to draw my Tepig Porcus.
Ooh. Porcus is his name?
Porcus.
What was your other Tepig's name in another game?
I never had a Tepig in another game. I don't think.
Okay.
Porcus.
What a good boy. That's a great drawing.
Thank you.
This is the official Dex entry of,
this is Porcus.
Of Porcus.
And I decided to go in a little bit of a different direction here because since getting Porcus, I've obviously trained him up quite a bit. And I decided that I wanted to write a Dex entry for not Tepig, but for Mega Embor.
Whoa.
So
that's good, man.
So let me tell you. So I did not know what Mega Embor looked like before I found him in the game. And when I tell you that it was love at first sight, oh my God.
Dude.
Look at this.
That's powerful.
Oh man.
Dude, that is so good.
Heat.
Look at the chest flames. He's got a dragon skull on his chest. It's like he's looking like the Balrog.
He's got a little strip of bacon.
Yeah, that's crazy. You see a strip of bacon. I guess I can't unsee that now.
No, yeah, he's got that bacon strip. But anyway,
that's cool.
I really
that is
like
so
him. I really
cool.
like him. And I think it's cool how like the fire that rises on him. He's got all of these other elements like his little teeth and his eyebrows and all of it. Everything flares up. Everything is like yeah. So he's got that kind of like fiery silhouette to him because everything goes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I really like that. Even like his little little hairs are like going.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I really like that. So here's what I wrote for Mega Embor.
Okay.
When Mega Embor runs, the earth remembers his weight.
Whoa.
The burden of every friend he has sworn to save. His fire is a covenant, a blaze that says, if you fall, I will burn with you.
Dude, he's like a loyal dog.
The thing about Mega Embor that really captured my attention, that made me like him so much, is that I feel like it is a so like Embor's like a big slow guy. He's a big chunky meaty guy. And I think giving him a spear is really cool because it lets him retain his like slow mountainous form, but like it gives him more range.
Yeah.
And
that's a good point.
Yeah, and it gives him something that he could like throw if he wanted to.
Yeah.
So it's letting him maintain what is core to him while also kind of like making up for one of his weaknesses, I think.
That's a good and I guess like if we're to look at the early, because I've always understood Embor and its in Tepig and Pig Knight, the way they fight, all of their moves have to do with with its weight. They're all physical. It's a lot of just throwing its weight around. So that's interesting with its mega evolution. Like you're saying, it's almost like become so big it has become immobile, but still has that range.
Yeah, and it's cool because the spear is such a specific weapon. Like they could have chosen so many weapons, but they gave him the one that's like, this is a long range weapon. This is like that's why you use this to poke.
You would think. Yeah, because like Embor to me reminds me of like an ogre class or something, right? Or like and you would imagine that it would have like a battle axe or
exactly. There's so many things you could have done,
right?
And with kind of like the Japanese thing that they're doing there, they could have given him like 2 katana.
Sure.
They could have given him like a heavy sword,
Yeah.
But they didn't. They gave him a spear, and I really like that. And I think the thing that really kind of like calls me to him is this idea that his official Dex entry goes into this too, and it's why I included it in mine. But that his whole thing is that he's trying to save his allies when they're in trouble, and like
that's agency,
like reaching out, dude. Like he's Embor, and he's like, I gotta go Mega now to save my friends. I'm like, damn, that's so cool. That's so like, yeah, I don't know. He looks so much more like a leader. He turned from like this like pig monster into like somebody that to me looks like he's in command.
Yeah, that's cool. And
he's a
and
general.
I feel like that's really, really cool. I'm thinking about it like in that's irrelevant. I'm thinking about it like in terms of there's some mega evolutions that like I feel become more sentient. Like again, pulling on that bond with human, with the human trainer. and it's almost as if like your starter Pokemon, which is like always number 2, has like elevated through Mega Evolution to become like the trainer itself, right?
Yeah.
The commander. That's awesome, man.
All right. Who'd you draw?
So I drew. Let's see, Venipede.
Let me see.
Let's see.
All right. I've never liked this guy.
We got Venipede right there.
Damn, look at that.
Pretty good. And I kind of drew it so like just. I also drew a Whirlipede a little bit, and since writing this, I've evolved into Scolipede. Scolipede's my buddy now.
Oh yeah, okay.
But the reason why I drew this Pokemon, it's because it kind of found its way on my team, purely because of the sound that I heard while it scurried behind me.
Whoa!
Right when I catch a new Pokemon and I'm a little bit curious about it, I'll send it out into battle. Oh, sorry, not even into battle, but just into the streets of Lumiose. We'll share a nice latte and maybe get a croissant.
Okay.
But this Venipede made such a specific sound as it scurried behind me, right? So my Dex entry says that Venipede scurries around with hollow footsteps.
Ooh.
All eight of them. They say that this noise is the souls, the skeletons of the souls buried beneath Lumiose.
Whoa.
That's kind of a call. That's kind of a callback to, or a reference to the anticipated Lumiose location. That would be another callback to the Paris catacombs.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't even know if we've even seen. I don't even know if that's in the game.
You love references.
I
love references.
I have Pokemon YouTube channels. Yes,
You need to go to the museum in Legends Z-A because it's literally the reference museum. Yeah. They should call it that.
Here's the thing. I'm using the word reference because I'm conscious that some of my other listeners might be listening to this.
Okay.
Right? People might be listening to this who enjoy other general Pokemon YouTube stuff. So I think I'm using the word reference, but everything about this, I mean, a note, right? If we're taking down a note on Pokemon, that's a reference to an earlier thought, right? So, but Venipede's actual, I'm trying to dig myself out of a hole. Venipede's actual
what are thoughts, but references.
Yeah. Let's just dismiss it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay.
Venipede's actual Pokedex entry is its bite injects a venom potent enough to paralyze even the largest bird Pokemon that try to prey on it. Jake, I guess I would encourage you after this to go find a Venipede, to just have your headphones in and listen to the sound it makes. I will be putting that into this podcast.
Oh, okay. I'll have to listen to that then.
So you guys can hear it. I don't know. I just thought it was so creepy and so weird, and it encouraged me to use it on my team because, again, what this game is so successful at is just like reinterpreting Pokemon that you think you already know, and so that's why Venipede made it on the team, and now I got a Scolipede, and
you think he's gonna stick around on the team?
I think so, man. Honestly, I think so.
That's crazy. To me.
Another reason why I didn't want to use Scolipede is because I had just used one in my Black 2 playthrough.
Yeah.
Here, let me send. I think I have a picture right here of Scolipede.
Okay.
And yeah, we're just hanging out, dude. Oh, what a good boy, dude. What a good boy. So this is him. Oh, I'm also using a Hone Edge. He's like a horse, dude.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. I see what you're saying there. It's coming through.
He's just weird.
I get it. You're right. He's a little weird guy. Yeah.
I think Scolipede also kind of has I think it transcends bug Pokemon, and it enters into this weird like monster kaiju.
Oh, okay, I see that. Yeah, I see that.
Just like this style of Pokemon that takes on it just feels like a monster. It feels like a pocket monster. I just love it when it's a little weird and a little scary and a little bizarre, and it would never exist in real life. That's my favorite.
It'll always be a bug to me.
No, dude. You got to look at it. It's got flesh. It's got like human flesh.
Do we want people to send us their notes on Pokemon?
I would love that, honestly.
Yeah.
And maybe we want to do a little post show that explains what the heck this show is.
What do you mean?
Oh, of course. Okay,
Like
sure.
like right now?
I mean, why not?
Why wouldn't that just be in the main thing?
Oh, we could put it in the main thing. I guess I was
okay.
saying. Well, we didn't
okay.
explain any. We didn't explain what this is.
Oh, okay, go for it.
So I feel like I think the inception of this show was that we needed a place to talk about Pokemon from a perspective of like appreciation. You know, I think there's so much like meta discourse about what is or isn't in the game, and I am also a perpetuator of this. I guess the outlets, the channels that I have, the platforms that I have, it is driven by things that I am interested in, which is like future talk. And I don't know. I love Pokemon, and I think this was really fun today, just to kind of self-reflect all of these different notes that I took during my playthrough, during my adventure.
Yeah, there's so much on the page, and I think people are really always so focused on two questions. One, what is next? And two, what does this mean for what is next? And and it's like there's a degree to which I find that conversation hard to participate in, because then it like disappears into the air once we get closer to whatever the thing that is next. Yes. And I think with a game like Legends Z-A in specific, this is I feel safe. Tell me if you think I'm wrong. I feel safe saying that this is the biggest shakeup in franchise history.
Yeah, easy.
Okay.
I think Arceus felt like that, and now that we're here, this is it. Easy.
Yeah, this feels like a huge departure even from Arceus, and I think like for something that is the biggest shakeup in franchise history for Pokemon, I think this is a game that deserves its time to simmer with, to marinate on.
It's time.
Yeah, and it's funny. I think there's kind of this meta conversation about mainline Pokemon.
Sure.
And people will say, "Oh, the Legends games are mainline," and then these people will make fun of others when others call the Legends games a spinoff. And I think that the Legends games are a spinoff, and I think that if they were not a spinoff, we would make a bigger deal out of this being a shakeup. But because it's a Legends game, people are like, "Oh, well, they can do whatever they want. It's not that big of a deal." Really, what's a big deal is the combat in the main games. And then I go, "Oh, you just said it. I didn't say it. You said it."
Sure.
So
dude, that's a good that's a good read. I guess that slipped by me. That's a good point. Yeah.
It's just funny, dude. It's like, well, the Pokemon Company says they're main games. I'm like, okay, like what does that mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just think I'm not too interested in all of that. What I am interested in is that this is the most fun that I have had in the opening hours of a Pokemon game, maybe ever. Ever. I don't think there is a Pokemon game with a more fun opening 10 hours.
Wow, dude.
Right? So
yeah.
That's how I feel right now.
And fun in the moment, fun controller in the hand.
Yeah. Not fun in my memory. Fun playing it. And I'll allow that opinion will develop. I'll see how I feel by the end of the game.
True.
But like, dude, I'm like making myself do the campaign a little bit more just so that I can get stronger, because all I want to do, dude, is go online and fight people. That is all I want to do. I want to take Mega Emboar online. I want to use. Have you seen Heat Crash?
No,
bro.
You showed me Hydro Pump last night, and I was blown away.
He jumps. Mega Emboar jumps into the air so high that he disappears. Okay, he disappears, and then he slams down on somebody, and with his spear, he goes,
"No way!" It's using fly.
Yeah, it is. It's awesome.
That's crazy, dude.
He's a god. Yeah.
Dude, I'm afraid I don't want to evolve Bayleaf, but I do want to see what Mega Meganium is.
Yeah.
I got to check that out.
Okay.
Jake, something else when we were planning this show, I think something that really something I really enjoyed that you said, it was every Pokemon adventure is handwritten.
Yes.
We
forget.
Yeah.
We talk about these games like meaning is created from the games, but meaning is created from us. Yeah. And there's like all I want to hear about are the Pokemon people are using, moves that surprised them. I want to see screenshots of people with their Pokemon, and all I'm seeing out there, dude, all I'm seeing out there is
Easter eggs.
What do you think of the biomes? What do you think of the? What do you think of the? We can't go into buildings. Doesn't it bother you that there's no voice acting? And I'm like, guys, we could have talked about this for the past 3 months because all of that information was known and it was obvious. But now that it's here, it's like, come on, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you walking around the town going, I'm so mad I can't go inside? Like, no, you're not. Like, be honest.
Yeah. My favorite content from the last 48 hours of ZA being out is people uploading aesthetic photos of them. Yeah,
me too.
In their full customization, with whatever Pokemon they choose to represent them, whatever their buddy is.
Yep.
That's literally the best thing in the world.
Yeah, no, I love that.
So,
dude, all over it.
Send us your notes on Pokemon. Oh, dude, I don't have an outro picture. That's good. Oh, you tilted it.
I did vertical. I love doing the vertical photos.
I gotta do that.
Because like even right now, I made
you can make it
my phone background is this.
That's good, dude.
And it's like, dude, how nice is that?
Yeah, that's good.
Really nice.
This is the one I'm proud of. This is the.
Let me see. Gotta get it in. Oh, there we go. Yeah. You with the bay leaf at the coffee place.
You can see a little bit better right there.
Yeah, I got him. Yeah.
Subscribe, and I don't even know how long this.
Notes on Pokemon.